Blame God for these poetic statements, inane as Wallace Stevens at his zaniest, an ancient thought repeating as the plagiarist, the grave plot beneath entertainment, this ornamental discourse superstructural, postdoctoral, cold in his coffin, oh Jesus, stroking his beard in contemplation of poetry seared in his thought, the fragments, the seer's loss of patience, the Roman leader's long vacation. My first word was a song from Bacharach. I learned to golf from Caddyshack as the German compound of happy and sad. His words infinitely dialectical, the worker silverly shining as the metal, lunar his style a Chevrolet disheveled, and gray our wizard on the microphone, a gray owl killing all the mice below, the desire in rap for something truly new, his style that once in a blue moon, this crime lab destruction proof of their guilt, call the meta police and the meta police, paint the town, paint red the streets, from Hebrew, ye might benefit reading you papers by Leninists. The people shaped his white aesthetic, appealing to racists like death grips. Please use hate to ignite revolution. It's too late to fight the death of humans. Nevertheless, raise the spear tips. Redden the page with your signature. Enter the stage of pure literature. Deconstructing under Black Moon the art of Andrew Mbaruk. The style more learned than art school. The spirit to teach a holy lesson. Reaching into 1807. Strangling Hegel with his dialectic, braiding in a rainbow his divided messages. Directly plunge into infinity, Hegelian, double its fluidity. Wet as the mud in which you sit and read, the devil's love of human misery, flowing out of every available library, in his occult speculation and irony, fighting for peace. Soldiers herded to their culmination, over the words you mouth in amazement, into the jaws of night, our true habitat, chewable thought you bite as one animal pack, the human god, one Christ of the Africas, this fluid hot sunlight through your apertures. Plucked from the thinking he formed in his head, as every string in the quartet, the trouble lingering overhead, a difficulty as the wings of the poet, or the dove. And I just want to say fuck
anti-blackness.
In this essay, some allies access online as the rare Jay-Z vinyl, or Spotified as the podcast videography, the philosophers mumbling into microphones. Within God, the substance that unites the poem. Cosmological, his love of light, the glow of thought, these old bulbs brightly cold. Electromagnetic, fundamentally, his raps were. An ectoplasm friendly as Casper, yo, and longingly as Nosferatu. So vampiric in his approach to Andrew Mbaruk's poetry. That's my poetry and yours, as we vanish within the other consciousness. This black skin, the lover's object, hip to what's happening under the progress, zipped up in plastic or drugged on a hospital bed. Yo, 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 advancing as Beefheart or Zappa might, and landing to see the harbor flash in the night. His fantasy, the star or its satellite, a tragedy, the shark in formaldehyde. His random speech was art, for you can't deny his path unique and bizarre as you analyze the savage feed. These bars a weird ritual phonographic, his artistry visual photographic, guitar the speech liminal mediating, his heart's reaching into you, rearranging facts in the brain arranged upon the syntagmatic chain. Everywhere we travel, it's the same structural anti-blackness in the rain, as Al-Qaeda's distraction of the plains, the black terror attractive, the concept embodied. These rap postmodernists, as the machine spits a rebus in Baruchian, as the genius's genius, poetry for poets, the only kind in production, cinematic, this other he projected, and phallic, the structures he erected, architectural, his pastel scribbled in the diary, and the rap swelling into a leviathan, yo. The tentacles livid around the boat, afloat with men's souls within it. Yo. Yo. Yo, why not these assorted chocolates? Why not these informal blobs? This idolatry before the goddess? Why not these recorded pauses? The negativity, nativity, baby Jesus, debating which alien species he is, an inversion of life as the zombie. These words on the mic were his commedia. This fucking Dante on his way to flip the fuck out on the mic, as the psychotic Christian on the corner, illogical as the illest thought disorder. His lust for life, SoundCloud, beer and marijuana, the bus ride from downtown to near where you are. Yeah. These flowers in his hands, these chocolates, as Towns Van Sant, these songs legit, his overture to the muse of rap, as poets' words impure to the max. I was différence embodied, look in the sky asleep upon the mountains, this evolution of erosion, of deep bicycle zipping through East Van, courageous, the courier delivering into the net his black paint and sculpture as promised, his savage language structuring the unconscious. These apes in their cages, a metaphor presenting to psychiatry as a meta-aporia. On the mic he holds, whispering, the bicycle twisting in collision. The unconscious is literally difference in itself. A logic of clouds over the desert as the prophet glowers over her lectern, singing Doom's rosy fingers and Dawn's metal face as Trudeau rethinks his methodology, tracing the letters of his father, sipping hot coffee. Is it he or his father sipping the hot coffee? Dig overlapping layers of meaning in his bricolage. The makers of being were speech and thought, propelled by the work of the unconscious. Smelling like a church or an office immaculate, the father of a gravid text, this DNA realized and walking on water, as wild felines who stalk among the conifers, embodied language pouncing on its prey, the thought negated as another takes its place. Yo. A posited misanthropy logic, unconscious as chimpanzee conduct, with the knowledge of 6 angry prophets. This talkative missionary shot at, voted likely to fall into a hole in the pavement. So precise was he as dolphin echolocation, as they golf against the cold play of the wind. And against Coldplay, the band, counting 8 billion apes as casualties of the Milky Way galaxy. How is Drake still Canadian, actually? As the pills they take to stand for thee, on guard as the fencers, avant-garde as his metaverse. These lyrics were the social medium, the mirror image of Emily Dickinson, a crazy inversion of her Weltanschauung as Jay-Z, a person words depended upon. These red wheelbarrows of poetry, said as the Greek Eros, to hold the key to death's peace if you do it right, pouring out a liter of moonlight for the dead poets, the fugue of life's organic process. Yo, Canadian as a lack of order, a concert with no black performers, or calm words hiding tacit horror. Upon birth I was a crack reporter, appearing to interview the warlord, Shakespearean pinned to the corkboard, insults exchanged at the water cooler, his doubt to change as Baraka to Newark. Dion Brand to Toronto, this free god ran through the hospital, intrinsic his value impossible, this infinite Andrew watching the boats, the velveteen shimmer of the water's surface, is literature as Robert Service, connoting godliness, the postmodernist, this Canadian Pacific made in his image, the style ancient. The style ancient. The style ancient. The style style ancient, the 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 style ancient. Unconscious as West Side Gun, unconscious as our red time of the month, unconscious on the table, etherized. These unconscious peeling the sky, being and time, the school in which we learn. Afro-pessimism, latent in theory, the hands of a caveman upon the feet of the sea. His prayer to Yemaya, the maker of fish, ancestral. This syntax spectral, the logic of things. The swan spreading his wings, black people light, black people go here, they're rhizomatic, black people divide as the manic swarm of hornets. This black form before us in schizoid pieces, the lit joint reaching its conclusion as Wittgenstein. Sheep's names of unsayable realness, these ineffable doubts, as the hanging feet of a criminal. Avert your eyes, it's the beginning of human lives in the streets, fluid light, the moon in the sky, the lover in the lover in the stone. Remember near the rush of death in his words, the flow of rain along a Vancouver street, this stream of consciousness in the gutter, and the vegan logic of recovery, his vow to acknowledge his dreams as he discovers that this alcoholic, his name Andrew Mbaruk, a fountain of knowledge, his brain valued as fossil fuels. There will be blood, though. This infrastructure wasn't non-deconstructible. Killed in a SkyTrain collapse mid-quake. The rap mixtape filled with his mind's unconscious poetry. The poetry of the unconscious. Traumatic, the white world we dwell inside, the black and white of it perfectly televised. The revolution, though, and you can count on this. Are you hip to what I'm saying? The revolution won't be. I mean, are you hip? Are you hip? A song for those evil, the people delete. For those egos peacefully asleep, the unconscious id, voluble glib, Aristotle with the logic, this wandering wit, not for the negrophobes and negrophiles, a song for this people so deep as the Nile, a style as the bones of me scattered. It's the silences in his poetry that matter, his speech to the tape as holes in the net. A creature of Satan, social death, as Fanon to his white wife, in the unconscious of the zeitgeist, pure otherness embodied under the colony. The muscles of thought in our cortices couldn't stomach the unconscious we form in our sleep, the sun settling upon an orange sea. A product of Canada's deep respect for black people. Look at our Prime Minister, blackening his face and reading Heidegger on the concept of time in the ghetto. the watery Rhine in his bloodstream. Those Nazi minds under deconstruction. I don't need to rhyme, but it's easier something. And yo, I don't know why I'm alive. Intellectually, I'm an Afro-pessimist. It's so cold, why are you outside? In my feminism, an Afro-pessimist, demanding better than a handful of benefits. A legend in battle as Aeschylus. In my Marxism, an Afro-pessimist. A star system advanced in its glowing redness. An Afro-pessimist. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. Sometimes I just freestyle. Dumb rhymes like I'm senile. Untimely as Nietzsche's Bibles. Screeds from the deepest. Sleep unrivaled. If my speech and my body are not the same, judge me on the content of my name. This skin's black,
but you know I'm
Andrew the pimp's back, cause you know I had to sprinkle glitter
of a higher value.
From birth. I was evil in the form of a kid, with words for teeth, these immoralists, as the surfboard beneath me supportive, as earthworms wriggle in the corpse. The first words within him were performed, blurting a word salad made of images, the sprouting of Afro-pessimistic, deracinated, kidnapped and sent to visit, his mouth taped, a gravid mental image, panicking if blacks told them to fix it. Yo, fix it. The Hegelian running with a Glock and Tech 9 as the public shot at I'm developing as the budding concept, a pessimism drunk on Fanon's text. As Bowie plucks you from the crowd. Yo, as Bowie plucks you from the crowd, his poetry puzzles you from the sound. As the mushrooming cloud, or as the subway underground. Yo, sometimes you gotta rhyme cat and bat. Sometimes it's just like that. An obvious rhyme from the hat. The concept of time when you're black. It's like, what to the slave is the 4th of July? The structure of racism formidable, the lie puzzling to the makers of orange and lime gelato. What if LA were more like Seattle? Another random rhyme from the hat. The stuff of magic wine from the tap. Certain of all that you doubt, of the words he lets fall from his mouth, from the tip of his tail to the top of his skull, wind and rain and the call of the gull. The poet a wildcat, the mascara bold on his eyelash, his gaze underlined and italicized, these phenomena in time baptized. The factory smoke rising, and the flashy gold horizon, white stars coldly glittering, dying in the farthermost distance. Rhymes as a dark folded handkerchief. Anarchy, his harmonious rap surface. This empty mystery within the shapes these winter trees delineate. As if one of those dying of leprosy, real MCs recoiled rejectingly an alphabet orchard from his effeminacy, plucking his cues from the letter tree, somewhat confused by the rhyme scheme, subtle as the truths I die between eternity, behind and before me, eternity, the fire to their forestry, eternity, the spine of his poetry, eternity, the lime and the orange tree. Fast and loose with the poetry, black as humans were supposed to be. I know, a controversial statement, but it's time to subvert white supremacy. Canada's dominant paradigm, preparing his rhymes on Canada's dominant airline. Elbowed in the eyeball in the mosh pit. Selling poetry and rhyme is called sophistry. The sailboat of your mind on ocean of his speech. This wine strong as the poetry of Homer beneath these floorboards hiding. This orator of rhyme singing his heart's elegiac Sartrean style of existential freedom. This kettle, the steam of him. His black sophistry fraught with wisdom. The man embodying contradiction. A fly settling on him in his drunkenness. The dialectical logic of his couplets. His espadrilles redly rhyming. Precious the brilliance in his diamonds. Another Afro-pessimist, the matter caressed, the subtle hand of elegance. In deep space here's a breath of oxygen, steeped in Shakespeare and Ben Jonson. Automatically savage his speech. These rock CDs wrapped in green masking tape. Sleet falling on the black street. Redrawing the map as we navigate. Lost in American geography. Modern as terror, these yachts at sea. Stolid as the chair he leans on as he speaks. Talking as care his speech pathology. A snob for the rarest Greek pottery. God doesn't care about theosophy. As Tom Mulcair and street hockey. Canadian as the free rock CDs. As marionettes, these Nazis in the public sphere for tea and coffee. This outstretched yawningly green lawningly. Talking for an hour, re-ecology. Yo. His logic animal like the laughter. of dogs in the back of night's cavern, haunting the past just like a pastor. Softly in candlelight, the rapper, more radical than Black Lives Matter, illuminative, the black light lantern, his ethics of truth subterranean as the pipes conveying shit underground as lightning spraying from the thunderclouds, a flanelle because the city's a wonder town. Another Afro-pessimist, savage phobogenic of the random endlessness. Yo, yo, yo. Yo. Snach neid verstoven, snach nassen ham zich de lief beest kim Mbaruk, geoch dem spalach neerstaks en het licht hartstikke giet non is our scars surfen is it that'll be blue offset we like neer position on finish my fuck rock moves nat man zich Zervak city says mirrors is still on those vibes is here fuck is all make these sense knock from your sit steers serve never all on the stirs in a that shower in his stoned brain remembering nerval cocaine's pleasure nerval of accident in this vow and with the meaning of its this hour on a murk of a evening at the fantasy suddenly rule base enough as we must remain speechless. It's magnificent as you next thing is near still to see those thickness are off of Merle out stand off from Rose and I'm will be out was our fragmentary will be out will be out sing it herps and also sing it fuckers dollar Lord caps fastness it Lord says that shit for him but I am a year he's first Ethan and I'm big of us now here in this hill Muslim sapper fast fire which our lives pages turn and early stone looks at the mat accidentally snach nazid Sarah lobbyisted nassisch nach vermerkt der was ist nach nach das Haus ist nach